What's up guys, welcome back to ModLand. Today we're taking a look at the Mazda Miata MX-5 for BeamNG Drive. Made by Ride-Ons, also known as Redline Auto. This mod is insanely detailed and comes with tons of tuning options. So before you try it out yourself, make sure to watch the full video to see everything it has to offer. Okay, before we start with the driving showcase, let's take a look at the car itself. The doors and all the other parts are fully openable, of course. The engine bay is completely modeled and looks great when you take a closer look. There are 4 different engines available, and each one comes with its own customization options, which I'll show you later. The interior looks amazing as well. The dashboard is fully functional and nicely detailed. You can even roll down all the windows using the knob inside. And the knob actually spins. A very cool little detail. From the inside, you can also open and close the doors, and even lock them by pressing this button right here. You can turn on the headlights using the stalk behind the steering wheel, and manually fold them in or out with the button in the center. The hazard lights button works as well, and there's a fully controllable climate unit where you can actually move the buttons. They don't change anything function-wise, but it's a really nice visual touch. If you turn up the air conditioning, you can even hear the airflow. The glove box is openable and the center console too. You can also press the shift knob to change gears, which might be especially useful if you're playing in VR. And another cool feature, you can adjust the steering wheel up and down using the small buttons on the left. I think when you think of a Mazda Miata, the first thing that comes to mind is the pop-up headlights. And of course, they're included in BeamNG Drive as well. For this car, there are 3 different ways to control them. First, you can raise both headlights normally. Second, there's an option called Wink Wonk, which makes them bounce around like crazy. And third, you can move the headlights up and down manually to any position you want, which means you can even make the Miata look sad. All right, let's jump into the driving. Right away, the Miata feels exactly how you'd expect. Lightweight, responsive, and really connected to the road. The steering is direct and provides a lot of feedback, especially in tighter corners. Acceleration isn't crazy, but that's perfectly fine for the stock variants. We get a total of 25 different configurations, all with completely different specs. One thing I instantly liked is the sound. The deep engine note fits this tiny car surprisingly well. We also get a dedicated drift configuration. It comes with a crazy wide body, a big spoiler, and all that stuff. Personally, I found it a bit difficult to drift, especially on normal roads. It might work better on a proper drift track, but it definitely takes some practice to get used to. There are also several other configurations with different body kits. Some of them are extremely wide and aggressive, while others are just clean and perfectly styled. For me personally, though, the engine is way more important on a Miata. And yes, there are tuned versions with more horsepower. And honestly, you need it. The stock 180 horsepower starts to feel quite slow after a few minutes of driving, even though the Miata is very lightweight. The faster variants feel much more planted on the road. They're great for pushing through corners, and you can really feel how little this car weighs. But once you start driving faster, crashes obviously get more intense. So why don't we do a quick crash test? And yeah, that was pretty crazy. The crash physics look really good, and we even get breaking glass. Now to my favorite part of the video, the turbocharged and supercharged versions. These look absolutely insane. The rough idle sounds amazing, and the turbos just look crazy under the hood. Let's start with the supercharged version. It's extremely fast, and you definitely need to be careful. At high RPM, the car can easily spin out. The brakes don't feel very strong either, so I'd probably tune those before really pushing the car. Since the turbo version is even faster, let's take it to the drag strip. Wow, 300 kilometers per hour. That's insanely fast, yet still stable and controllable. Then there's this thing right here. I don't even know if I can call it a hot rod, but it definitely looks like one. And honestly, I really enjoy drifting it. The all-black look combined with that raw sound makes this a very cool configuration. Another funny version is this off-road setup. The tires are taller than the car itself. But anyway, let's take it onto a dirt track. It's actually surprisingly fun to drive this Miata off-road, with jumps and rough terrain. That said, if you're looking for competitive dirt or rally-style driving, a Miata probably isn't the best choice. For city tuners, there's also a 2JZ version. The sound might not be for everyone, but it's probably one of my favorites to drive. It's easy to control, lightweight, and has plenty of power. Drifting works great, spinning the car with the handbrake feels natural, and overall it just feels like you can do everything with it. I really love this one. For more normal city driving though, you're better off choosing one of the untuned versions. They still differ in small ways, and honestly, they also look pretty good. Alright guys, that's it for today's Mazda Miata MX-5 review. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more BeamNG Drive mods. See you in the next video.